turn of events in Israel-Iran tensions, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is scheduled to speak with U.S. President Donald Trump later today, as well as Russian President Vladimir Putin and British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, according to his office. Netanyahu's conversation with President Trump will take place before 6 p.m. local time. Meanwhile, in a letter to the President of the United Nations Security Council and the UN Secretary General, Iran's foreign minister has condemned Israel's military actions as a declaration of war. Iran also warned that Israel would deeply regret this reckless act and grave strategic miscalculation. On the ground in Israel, air raid sirens were heard across northern Israel's upper Galilee region, including cities such as Metula and Kiryat Shimona near the Lebanon border. The Israeli Defense Forces confirmed that they had intercepted a drone launched from Iran over the area. In Tehran, Iranian media outlet Noor News reports that 78 people have been killed and over 300 others injured in an Israeli attack on residential areas. Now we have guests joining us, Anat Berstein-Reich. She's the president of Israel Asia Chamber of Commerce, joining us live from Tel Aviv. Thank you, Anat, for joining us today.
Good evening.
What can you tell us more about the situation and the reactions in Israel regarding this attack?
I think that in Israel we were ready for something like that to happen. I mean, the news in the past week were that such an attack is in the horizon. And when at 2:57 at night we got the siren, it didn't come as a surprise. And I think that Israel has to protect itself very clearly, in a sense that Iran, you said that Iran says that we started a war. Iran started it long back, from the fact that they are very clearly stating that they want to destroy Israel, and the purpose of their nuclear program is not for some civilian purposes, but for military activity, including developing means to use the nuclear, like the missiles that they have developed in order to destroy Israel. So far, we were fighting mostly their proxies, whether it's Hezbollah and in the north, in Lebanon and Syria, whether it's Hamas and the Islamic Jihad in Gaza, whether it's the Houthis in Yemen, that for the past 2 months, every other day, we have a siren and a missile attack from Houthis. I'm not sure that you are aware that almost every day there are sirens here and attacks of missiles that we thankfully are able to intercept, but Houthis are actually the proxy of Iran. So Iran, all through those last 2 years since October 7, is actively working against Israel, and Israel has to protect itself. It's an existential threat. It's not just that we want to attack because of. If we allow Iran to fulfill its mission to have a nuclear weapon, it's against us, and they very clearly say so. So I think that Israel must have done this operation, and it's not over. The attack last night and through the day, I guess, will continue, hopefully until we achieve our goal. And I think that we are also making a favor to many other nations that can suffer from Iran nuclear program and hostility.
And Anat, you mentioned that Israel wants to continue this. Can Israel afford to continue high-level assassinations inside of sovereign Iranian territory without eventually provoking a bigger all-in-out war?
I think that we already provoked by getting into this attack. So we are aware that a retaliation by Iran is expected. We are ready. Our shelters are ready. The population was asked to stay at home and be ready with whatever needed for, let's say, very difficult few weeks. But we cannot afford not to act. Trump gave them 60 days to reach an agreement between US and Iran about the nuclear program. The International Agency, Atomic Energy Agency, gave their report few days back saying that Iran are not standing to their commitment. So what is expected from Israel? To sit still? We sat still with Hamas in Gaza and see what happened in October 7 in the attack and massacre that happened to us in south of Israel. So we learned our lesson. We cannot sit still and wait for others to do our tough job. Unfortunately, we have to do it ourselves, and that's what Israel did in the attack last night.
And is Israel fully prepared for the comeback from Iran, knowing that there's non-stop or sirens often going on in Israel, and also attack from Houthi as well?
So luckily, the missiles from the Houthis were mostly intercepted there, and that's not my worry. We're worried about the missiles coming from Iran, because it's not just one missile coming. In the past two events, we had two major attacks from Iran already. We saw their capabilities. Maybe they will increase it. But in April and in October, April 24 and October 24, there were two attacks, massive attacks from Iran that we managed to successfully intercept, creating a coalition with our neighbors, with countries that came and assisted us. And I'm sure this coalition of countries will also be able to work against the upcoming attack from Iran.
And Anand, I want to also shed a light on Benjamin Netanyahu's support or growing opposition within the Israel, as well as as it was seen in UN, there were some countries against it as well. How do you see what's going on and the support towards the current Prime Minister of Israel?
So if you follow global leaders, and I'm talking about mainly Germany, US, France, they understand that Israel has no choice, and they support Israel attack of Iran nuclear program, because this nuclear program will work not just against Israel, it will work against other nations, and we have to unite to work against this terror supporting country. I'm sure that Indian audience would understand that the way you attacked in Pakistan, the Sindoor operation, you had no choice. Same with Israel. When a country wants to destroy us, we cannot sit still. And I think that the world leaders understand it and support us.
Thank you, Anand, for bringing that insight.